All right. Got the ad playing. I think we got it. Shut up, Six Flags. There's me. Wonder how the audio is. Just testing it while I'm waiting for some people. Got the ad playing. Alright, I can hear me. Clearly I am streaming. Oh, gotta open my phone back up. I got the chat up on the phone. I think we're good. Sweet. Cool. How's it going for the few people that are here? Bring this up. There we go. Jeez, it has been so long since I have done any live streaming on YouTube or even videos. I mean, I put one up a couple weeks ago that I had no idea it changed everything, so that was kind of funny. And OBS did an update, so I had to relearn OBS. It changed a bunch of settings. But, okay, just 10 Pac-Man. Clearly I'm sounding and looking good. Sweet, cool. Well, for the odd people that are here, I guess I can just start getting into it. Share some cool eBay sales. A few unique things that I think most people probably don't see. Some of it's lots of things you see and sell. Some of it is kind of unique. So, if my phone would stop turning sideways so I can keep the chat up. Set this right here. There we go. There we go. Now I got the chat so I can see it. I think all this tech I would have it set up better, but I don't. So, the first thing I sold is a vintage Motorola Black AM tube radio. I got this at the Antique Mall. If you guys don't know, I manage an antique mall. I've talked about it in other videos. Sold for $125 plus $10.25 shipping. It went within Ontario, so it did not go too far. Yeah, nice little radio. It's a tube radio. If you guys ever find a tube radio and you plug it in and it doesn't work right away, tubes have to warm up. If you're new with that or didn't know that, some people just assume it's broken. It actually happens at the Antique Mall a lot with old or young people. They plug in a little radio like this and they're like, oh, it doesn't work, and they flip through the channels and then they unplug it 30 seconds later. Some of these take like half a minute or longer to warm up, so just be patient. It usually creates a smell as they warm up, and then it'll start to play. So yeah, pretty cool. That one was a nice one. I can show you some other pictures of it. It was pretty good. It was a little dusty. It needed a bit of a wipe down, but I wasn't going to spend any time on it. The back was nice. That's rare on these radios. Normally the back of these radios I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me pointing at the screen. Normally the back of these radios, that all falls apart. It just like crumbles and cracks and turns to crap. It gets water damage, whatever the fact that, it molds. So it was nice on that. That's kind of what adds to that value of that. If you guys have any questions too while I'm going about this, just throw them down in the comments. Alright, next thing. Bought this at the Antique Mall too. I actually bought 7 of them. Not just the X-Men one. There's X-Men, Iron Man. I don't know. There's a Punisher one. There's a whole bunch. They're hardcover books. I forget what they call them, but it's basically a whole run of comics printed into a hardcover book. Some of them can be worth a lot of money. This one sold on sale for 45% off. What happened is I had like 3 left and I just blew them out. I paid I think it was $12 a piece for them. So I mean, I still made money on this. The first 3 sold for, I don't know, like $90 within the first 2 months, and then I just kind of sat on the rest and just waited, and yeah, I ended up just blowing them out, selling them nice and quick. That's what I did. Alright, we'll get out of this one. Actually, before I even exit out of this one, the next one I'm going to show you guys, people never seem to buy. They don't believe me half the time that it's worth money, but it is worth money. They are a pain in the ass to ship. You're going to need big boxes. Usually you got a double box them. You're going to need styrofoam, a foam cutter. It'll take you 15 minutes to ship these sometimes if you really want to pack them good. But you can normally get them for free or like $5, and I don't know many items that you can consistently find in the garbage for free or for, like I said, a couple dollars and make anywhere from $80 to $200 from, and I'll show you that now. Old CRT monitors. Yes, old, big, heavy computer monitors. This one's a ViewSonic E70FB. I got StarCraft loaded on there. And all right, note the condition on this too. When you see the price I sold it for, yeah, I could have cleaned it up, but it sold in like 5 days too. And my pictures are horrendous on this ad too. Actually, you know what? A lot of my pictures are not great. I haven't been caring much with the pictures. I don't know. This is back if you guys want the info. Was that all I put up? See, I didn't even put that many pictures. That's it. This big old heavy tube monitor that had stains on the back. I got StarCraft loaded up on there. It does 1280 by 1024, which is what you're looking for. What's up to Crazy Card? Yes, I'm back trying to make videos. I put one out 3 weeks ago. I'm trying to do at least like minimum 2-3 videos a month. This is an easy way to get a video out. Me jump on and do a live stream. Other than OBS, like I was saying, changed, and YouTube changed how you do live videos. So I had to figure that all out real quick. I thought it was just how it used to be, because I haven't been doing this in a long time. But anyways, I'll move back onto this monitor. It sold for $160 plus. No, that's not right on shipping. Sold for $161, and it was about $60 for shipping, and it actually went all the way to Texas. So I had to pack it pretty good. But this was free. It was literally free. It was on the side of the road. So I found $160 on the side of the road, and then 15 minutes to test and list it, and we'll even say a half hour to ship it, but it probably was like 15. So 45 minutes made $160. Gotta watch for those things. They get passed up all the time. And this one was a 16-inch. Even small CRT TVs like that, they won't quite bring this much money. But like 19-inch and under CRT TVs, old tube TVs, especially Sony Trinitrons, you'll get anywhere from $80 to $150. PVMs, BVMs, I don't have any to show you. You're talking anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple $1,000. PVM, BVM, Sony's line is professional video monitor or broadcast video monitor. They'll have B and C connectors on the back. They're just really weird looking connectors. If you guys find those, huge money. You don't come across those as much as you do this CRT monitor stuff. Alright, I don't remember what's next. Oh yeah, I've been diving into selling computer parts. No surprise there for people who watch me. I sell lots of computer parts, but I've been getting really into it. And now I've been getting into even like breaking down old non-working computer boards and recycling them for profit, which I'll talk about later because that has to do with some of the business I'll be doing. Anyways, came out of a computer poll that was free from the e-waste. Sound card worked. People always want sound cards if you're building a Windows 98, 96, or 96, Windows 95, 98, even an XP machine. People want sound cards. Sound Blaster's what you want to look for. Sound Blaster Live. Really, any Sound Blaster or Yamaha sound card is worth picking up. This is on the cheaper end of Sound Blasters. This is easy to ship, tiny little box, a little bit of bubble wrap. Out the door it goes. It did sell for 10. It was $10.25 shipping. It went in Ontario, $21. Next one were Goodwill find. These were $20 for me to buy. And I don't know why it doesn't show the offer there, because I took an offer of $149 plus it was like 16 to ship because they went a couple provinces over. These are Lokes 1880 Eldwich. I don't know. They're brown Oxford leather shoes. They're really nice. They're really clean. They look like they'd never been worn. I think I got a picture of the bottom somewhere. Yeah, like it still had the sticker in there. Nice made in England shoe. They just looked like a quality shoe. I'd never heard of them before, and I picked them up. And yeah, pretty good return on investment. The other ones, they were actually some selling for like $250, but I don't want to sit on stuff. I like to just sell it. I don't like having. Look at all the crap behind me. I got too much as it is. If you guys think I'm like looking up at the ceiling, I have another screen mounted up here, and that's where I can see like the live stream and OBS and the YouTube to see how everything's kind of going. In case anyone was curious, I'm not crazy. I'm not just like talking to God up there or something. So yeah, these are cool, easy to ship. This I can't take full credit for because I did not buy this. He's a giant Lego man. This is a huge bolo. I don't know if it's even a bolo. I have no idea if you guys will ever find this. This is the first one I've ever seen. Apparently there's a Gandalf one too, and he's worth like thousands. This thing was like 3.5 feet tall. He's a huge Lego figure. He's like a store display for like a Toys R Us or a Walmart, right? You can get a better view of him here. So yeah, he's really big. He's got mounts on the back of his feet, so you can like screw him down to a desk. See, down in here. Anyways, vendor at the antique mall bought this guy for $3 at a Goodwill. $3. And he brought it in. We put it in the antique mall for $300 because, you know, it is an antique mall, but something like this is so unique. It's a tough sell at an antique mall. So I put it on eBay, and I made a bit of money for doing this for him. And we threw it up for $590. Ended up taking a offer of $500. Shipped it for free. It ran about $27 to ship. And then I got my cut. The antique mall got their cut, and the seller could not be happier because, I mean, $3, man. Yeah, never seen a Lego guy like that, nor have I until this, and now I will fight someone to get one of these Lego guys at a garage sale. If I see them, I'll literally beat them up for it. No, not actually. I'll race them. I'll see if they can drink a beer quicker. Claudette, how's it going? How is everyone? I'm doing good. I'm trying to be back into making videos. But yeah, super valuable Lego, man. He was happy. I was happy. Antique Mall was happy. We all made money. They were mostly from the 90s. But yeah, they did Lord of the Rings ones. They did a couple other ones. Huge money in them. And it sold in like 3 weeks. And, you know, it's cool. I never would have thought it was worth that. If you brought that in and said, what is this worth? You know, I'd think like on the high end $100. But no, like, yeah, $600 Lego figure almost. Well, I took an offer, but, you know. Next thing that sold. Here's something unique I've been doing that probably like almost no one on eBay is doing, so there's not a lot of competition. And these computers sold in under a week. I want to point that out too. I have, as I look over, oh god, there's so much of it. It's a mess. I'm not going to show you the room because it's embarrassingly messy right now. I have so many vintage computer parts. Pentium 1, Pentium 2, Pentium 3 motherboards, even early model Pentium 4s, which you can make Windows 98. I'm not going to get in a whole conversation of how it works. You might want to look for. But older computers or computer parts, I had so many of them that I decided to start building computers. So I built this Windows 98 computer. I am a total of $15 into this computer build because I needed a power supply, and I bought a $15 power supply off Kijiji. That's it, $15, and a little bit of time building it, maybe like half hour building it and installing Windows, which isn't a big deal to me because I love old tech and new tech. So for me, I was just playing around, having fun with it. But it sold $125 plus $21 shipping, and it sold in under a week. If you don't know anything about computers, it'd be hard to build one. But if you guys ever come across a Windows 95, Windows 98, or older, like a DOS machine or an old Amiga or like the old 486 computers, if you come across stuff like that or old Apples, they can be worth so much money. Like stupid amounts sometimes. So if you find one at a garage sale or something for cheap and it just kind of turns on and works, like definitely buy it. There's a couple reasons for it. First big one, nostalgia. Just like the guy that wants his old high school hot rod car or whatever, likes the classic cars. I mean, I love classic cars too. You get the computer guys, they've been into computers their whole life. They want to relive some of that. They want to buy higher end machines that maybe they couldn't afford as a kid. People want a retro game on them. Yes, you can emulate it. It's not always the same. Again, that's another conversation. But they're great. People want to do retro gaming on them. Other big thing is equipment. There's a lot of equipment out there in this world and businesses that still run off old software. There's old machining mills and old lathes that run off Windows 98 programs. Those lathes, those companies don't exist anymore. So there was never any updates provided. So it won't run off modern operating systems. You know, so your backyard mechanic that has his little lathe, he's not going to go fork out thousands of dollars for a brand new lathe so he can run it on a Windows 10 computer. He's going to buy a $120 Windows 98 computer, plug it in, load of software, and be good to go. So if you guys see these, they're worth picking up. You know, I threw a picture of it working. I got Doom because who doesn't love Doom? Doom or Duke Nukem. But like, you know, the old beige things. They usually yellow for after a few years. This one says it has an Intel in it on the front cover. It does not. That's my little inventory on the top. This one had, you know, little Serpron. AMD 2100 plus. So there you go. Watch for those computers. Just to show you, I had another one sell 2 days after that. Built both these in one day. This one sold for, no, I took an offer of $90 on this one. And it was $18 shipped because it went into Ontario. Same thing. I got Doom loaded up. Picture the inside. I even put a blue fan. That's a terrible picture. It's hard to get it all in. That light there screws with the, I don't know, whatever, the camera settings. So, you know, I got my sound card in it, all that. Good cable management. This one had, like, glue holding these in, so it was even a little beat up. Still worked, though, and it was a little yellowed. So kind of a gross case. But components-wise, good components. What you want to look for a Windows 98 computer. You know, quick dust, quick cleanup. quick $100. So I've been getting into moving a little bit more expensive things. Again, if you're brand new in electronics, that's a tough thing to get into. But if you find them just working, like they turn on and they just work and Windows 98 loads up, they're worth picking up. If they're even older, they're worth picking up broken in for parts. I've sold some really expensive broken old computers too. Should have brought a drink up here with me. Next thing, this was in the e-waste, cost me nothing, it was free. Oh, that last computer was in the e-waste, it was free. It was just time loading it, cleaning it. This is a set-top box, PVR set-top box. You know, satellite, cable, all that stuff. I don't know what you guys have in the States. You know, we get Rogers, Bell, Shaw. There's a ton of them. Whatever company. They make set-top boxes. They make PVRs. If they're not locked to an account, they are worth selling. This was free. Quick $34 plus shipping. And if you guys ever want to check them, and I put the pictures in the ads too, you just call in that bottom number or whatever number they ask you for in the back, and someone from the cable company tells you right away if it's registered to an account or not. If there's money owing, you're kind of shit out of luck. The thing's garbage. Throw it back in the e-waste. If there's no money owing, sometimes you can get them to switch it over. Sometimes they won't without the owner calling in. It was free though, so I took a gamble. Next, Apple iPhones came out of the e-waste. They owe me nothing. They're the old school, the 3GSs. That one works perfectly. That one's broken, obviously. You know, nice clean phones. Came with the box. Came out of the e-waste. Owes me no money. Terrible pictures. Wow, really bad pictures. Don't judge me by my photos. I've been really busy and rushing through this. You know, nothing major here. $15, $10 ship. Quick, easy sale. They sold in like 2 weeks too. More computer parts. I could have built this into the computer too, but honestly, I have too many parts that I got to clear some out. $32, $10.15 or $10.25 shipping. It's boring. It's a motherboard. Just trying to keep the people's info out of here. It's a Acer socket AM2. You could do a Windows 98 build on this. You could do an XP build. If you got a strong enough CPU, they had 4 cores for these. You could honestly get like Windows 10 running on it. It wouldn't be the greatest experience, but it would run. You could watch videos and do YouTube. Another set-top box, $55. This one had a hard drive in it, HD TV, Bell set-top. God, those pictures are bad. I must have been doing it with my phone or late at night, tired. And I have a frickin' ghetto photo area right now because we're still under renovations in the house. The job's kept me too busy to get anything done. But anyways, $55, quick, easy sale. Another computer part, $14. This is a GeForce 5200 video card. These are unique because these bottom pins, that's for PCI, not PCI Express and not AGP. It's a bit of a unique thing. They didn't make a lot of PCI cards, but they're good for old retro gaming machines. Quick sale, easy to ship. I never mind picking these up. Next one was, this was free too. It came out of an e-waste bin. Next one was $1 purchase from a garage sale. I posted this on Instagram too. $140, free shipping. Battle for Middle Earth anthology. It's Lord of the Rings game. So I'm gonna click this and make this bigger. What is happening here? There we go. This first game here, just that alone, if you guys find that's like a $35-$40 game. The second game is like about a $40, $50 game, and then the expansion, same thing. You get about $25. Hey Casey. But these are good games. 160. What did it sell for? I don't even remember. $140. If you find the anthology, that just means it's all of them put together. People overlook PC games all the time. Don't overlook PC games. Some of them are worth nothing, but there's some really good ones out there. The Lord of the Rings ones being one of them. The next one, this was just a $2 Goodwill purchase. It sold for $15 plus $10 shipping. Nothing fancy about it. It's just a garage. It folds out like a little automotive shop. Alright, we'll move on because that's not very exciting. It's just an old thing. This came out of an e-waste bin. It was free. I listed it for $18. They actually sell for about $21 to $24 if you want to sit on them a bit, but they were literally free. $0 owed, so I just want to move it, get it out of the house. Same with this one. Came out of an e-waste bin. You could get about $20, $21 for this, maybe $25 if you wanted to sit on it for a month or two. I just want to sell it, so I just do that. No best offers, none of that. Just sell it quick. Both of those sold in under 24 hours, by the way. If you guys have decent video games and you list them like $4 less than market value, they'll almost sell same day. Video games are crazy. So yeah, nice, easy sales. And then another set-top box, just a basic Bell SD. I don't even know if you can use this anymore because it's SD. Like everything around here is HD now for TV channels. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Came out of an e-waste bin. Another thing that owes me nothing is you guys are seeing there's a bit of a trend here. Most of the stuff owes me nothing. It came out of e-waste bins. $32, $14 ship. Again, pretty easy to ship, not very big. Wrap it in some bubble wrap, throw it in a box, and away she goes. And the last thing I sold was an 8-track player. This was $2 at an e-waste. $2 at a garage sale. It did work. I had an 8-track tape to test at the antique mall, so I gave it a quick test. Worked great, and quick $32. Again, I probably could have got a bit more for this too, but I am now in the habit of selling things fast. That's the name of the game now. I just want to move it out of here. I can't sit on this stuff. I don't have enough room in the house. So that's pretty well it for the sales. As you guys saw, most of that stuff came out of an e-waste bin. There's a bit of a trend there, so it cost me $0. That's also why I don't mind selling it cheap. I do have a video coming up of the last e-waste haul I did. Some of those video games, like those 2 games you saw, I haven't even listed them all. There's about 60 games in there, a working Wii. There's a PlayStation 3 that worked. I don't know who throws these things out working. It baffles me, but they do. So, you know, I check this one going home from work occasionally. Laws here, you can go in them as long as they're not locked. So anything outside of them's free game. This one kind of locks from the back, so it's a gray area. It's kind of like a dumpster that has a lock on it, but it's not actually locked, which, as long as it's not trespassing or behind a locked thing, I guess you can go in those too. But, been getting a lot of good stuff out of e-waste bins, so it got me thinking I might start building some e-waste bins, get a business registered again, and start dumping some bins and seeing kind of what happens with it. I already know a lot about like recycling it and doing the scrap value. When I was a mechanic, I used to take in tons of scrap metal, been to the scrap yard tons, and the scrap yard does buy. Do I got circuit board near me? Yeah, they do. They do buy circuit board. I'll make a video about it. There's varying degrees. You have, you know, your low grade board, your mid grade board. Low grade's like crappy electronics, like a fan and stuff like that, or the back of a TV. Mid grade, you're getting into stereo receivers, which can be high grade sometimes. Microwaves, cable boxes, some of that. A lot of that has mid and low grade. Computers are high grade. You get a couple bucks a pound for some of the high grade circuit board, and then IC chips and stuff like that. If you've never looked those up, I think they're called IC chips. People sell lots of them on eBay for gold and scrap value, and they go for really good money to just be breaking chips off boards. So yeah, very early. I've only just been pondering it and looking at the costs, but I think I'm going to get some bins built, at least a couple of them, because I can drop one at the antique mall where I'm at now, where I'm managing that place. I can drop one at the storage place that I used to manage, which is a great place to have one because people dump in that all the time, and you can't buy a house in that neighborhood for under 600 grand. So it's a nice kind of higher income living area. Meaning that people throw out PlayStation 3s that work because, well, I don't know why, because they got the PS4 and they don't care about the PS3, I guess. That's all I can really think of. So yeah, that's 2 places. I'm going to talk to the variety store right across the street from me, see if she'll let me put one there. Probably, but if not, I can honestly put one in front of my house. I got a nice pull-up cement area that's like right on the corner of 2 main roads. So I might do her that way. My buddy owns a real estate company. He's got a nice office. I can drop one there. There's a couple different places, few people I can talk to where I can get bins dropped. And then, you know, once a week I'll just run the rounds and I'll see what's in there and collect it. The stuff that works, I'll turn around and I'll flip it onto eBay, like, you know, 85% of the stuff you just saw me go through. And the stuff that doesn't work, I'll just break down for scrap value and I'll just separate it into bins and I'll store the bins in my shed and then hopefully taking a load like once a week, once every couple weeks. There's good money in it. Better than I realized. Like, I knew there was money in it, but way better than I realized. And if it goes well enough, then I'll invest in maybe a large trailer to fit more product and take more in, because, you know, the more I can take in at once, the better of a payout it's really gonna be. So that's sort of the new business venture. And then, you know, I got the auction house almost open at the antique mall. I'm about a week away, so basically this week I'll just be cataloging everything and photographing it, and then probably the end of this month we're going to run the first live auction. So I'll make a video of that. I'll show you guys everything we have in the auction. We're going to be trying to run an auction once a week, which should be pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes. I've never run an auction house before, but it sounds like fun, and the owner of the antique mall, she's pretty excited to run the auction too, so it should be fun. We'll see. Again, we'll see how that goes. And then we got the antique mall, and then we got a garage sale coming up at the antique mall, which I'm going to get some footage of there. We already have like 14, 15 people signed up. We're going to try and get 25, 30 people signed up, $20 a spot. You know, the town wides then, so since we got a town wide, we'll do it twice a year for both towns near us. Yeah, green. Lots of money in the e-waste, man. It's crazy. I don't have that much circuit board, but like, this might be a bad example. This might be copper. It's probably not though. A lot of the times when you're looking at e-waste, like if that's even gonna focus in the camera, that's sometimes they're like copper and brass, but on higher end electronics and PCI cards, graphics cards, these are usually plated gold on the fingers. Like RAM chips are plated gold, and then like the chip underneath here, the CPU chip, and then like all these little chips. If you really wanted to get into it, people break these chips off these boards and they lot them up and they sell them on eBay. If you have like 20 pounds of these chips, they're full of gold and silver. You'll get $70-80 just auctioning those off on eBay if you have, like I said, like a good amount. These are light. If you have 20 pounds in these, you have a small bucket full, and then there's more gold in the CPUs and actual processors. That's just a heat sink. That's aluminum, which I got about $60 worth of aluminum just snapping heat sinks off broken electronics and throwing them in a bucket, and it's extruded aluminum, so it's like the good aluminum. And then all the copper wire, I cut the cords off all the copper wire. I probably got $80 in copper. So just from me stopping by one e-waste bin on my way home, which is a mess, and the people hate this one because he never cleans it up. It sits for like a month before he checks it. I have like, I don't know, $200 plus just in e-waste. And like, probably not exaggerating to say I have over $1,000 in like sellable product from the e-waste bins. Like this was in an e-waste bin today. Commodore VIC 20. I don't know who throws that in an e-waste bin, but it had the tape deck, it had all the power cords, it's got the video cord, it worked perfectly. There's a Batman PS3 game. Oh, there was I could get it. I don't want to go back over. There was it's already kind of in another video I was shooting, but you guys will see it come up. There was a vintage what can I think of the name? Macintosh laptop, like the old thick suckers. It's like a $300 laptop, no charger, so it's like an $80 laptop with parts. But I might just spend $30 on a charger and see if I can get it working. It's worth the investment. It's nuts what I find in these things. So I'd really like to get on it. I think it'll be good money, and it's low startup cost. Right now it's me spending a couple $100 on lumber to build a few bins with some skids, and then ooh, my mic fell down. And then me getting a couple vinyl signs printed. I'll paint the bins up, throw a vinyl sign on that says like e-waste and then what we take and a phone number in case there's pickups. And that's it. Like when I go to my e-waste guy, I don't even go much anymore to buy stuff. I've seen in his warehouse and he can't keep up. It's nuts. I used to worry like, oh, I'm going to miss the garage sale. I'm going to miss buying good shit. I'm going to miss making money. Same with Goodwill sales and stuff. Not meeting my e-waste guys much. I'm like, oh, I'm missing out on good stuff. And then I learned, man, this is a wasteful world. People waste stuff. They throw it away. There's so much money to be made out there. People say there's nothing at Goodwills anymore. Garage sales are too expensive. I literally stop for 15 minutes twice a week to check an e-waste bin. Sometimes two e-waste bins because there's another one on the area. And I pull a couple $100 out every time. Like, every time. I have an Onkyo stereo over there. 7.1 channel Onkyo stereo. HDMI in and outs. 3D sound. Like, a bit of like a 6-year-old unit. No, not even. Like 4-year-old. And it's selling for $150 on eBay. I stopped by there was that, and there was a DeWalt drill. The DeWalt drill already sold for $35. That, because it's worth $150, I'll probably list it for $100. I'll sell it in a couple days and be done with it. And it literally was me pulling over and checking. So it's crazy when people are like, oh, it's too high, it's too much. You're either not creative enough or you're just not open-minded. Look at the computers. Like, that's all stuff. Most of the stuff I showed you is stuff people throw away. They're just like, I don't need this. Well, I don't know what this is. Who wants an old Windows 98 computer? I tell people I take those sometimes at garage sales. Oh, I look for old computers, the old Windows 98, the old beige machines. And they're like, what? You want one of those? Yeah, I got one in my basement. And they literally just carry it up. They're like, here, and they're just baffled by it. I tell people I sell monitors like you just guys saw for $160. Oh, no, you don't. I got like 3 of them. You can have them. Oh, so I'm like, all right, I'll take them. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Lots of stuff out there. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I don't really have much else to say. That was my wasteful e-waste rant thing there about people not looking. But if you got any questions, let me know in the comments, or if you want to say anything or got anything you want to throw out there, Got my phone in front of me with the comments. I did see my wife was messaging me on here. Hi, Casey. But yeah, I'll give it a minute. I know there's a delay between me talking and then it like actually hitting YouTube and all that good stuff. And also, I should have the next video uploaded in like, I don't know, a week and a half, maybe. I filmed a whole bunch. As you'll see in the video, I film so much and then I don't know what footage to use, and then it becomes like a little bit choppy because I forget what I was even filming about. So it'll be a little bit about the auction house, a little bit about the e-waste. I show the e-waste as I dig through it so you can see some of the stuff I grab. Just crap like that. So yeah, doesn't look like any questions are coming in. On that note, thanks guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a good night. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there watching. And yeah, catch you in the next video. As soon as I figure out how to stop the stream. Here we go. Bye guys.